Hi, I'm Paul Heinrich from Line 6, and I'm here today in Absolute Music and Pool to talk about the new AMPLIFi FX100. So what we have here is a multi-effects processor, a multi-effects floor pedal, and it's part of the AMPLIFi family, which obviously came out a few months ago. It's for a different kind of customer. This is for the kind of customer who wants to kind of take it along to a rehearsal room, and they kind of want to be able to jam, they want to be able to gig out there, or they want to be able to plug it directly into the PA that they currently have, or even directly plug it straight into their home hi-fi system and have access to all the great features that AMPLIFi has. There's 100 different presets in here, and the presets are laid out very, very well. They're kind of really, really logical. Line 6, along with other companies, have a bit of a history maybe of creating presets that have a lot of different effects on them, and unless you know exactly what was going on in the head of the person who programmed that preset, sometimes it can be difficult to get them to sound great. These are well laid out for people who are playing in country bands, for people who are playing in rock bands, so you'll find that of those 100 sounds, they're all kind of usable. You have rhythm sounds, crunch sounds, lead sounds, and then maybe a few with some extra kind of effects on as well. At the back of the unit, you'll see that we have fairly straightforward controls. We've got one of the main outputs, which is what you'd run into your home hi-fi system. We have the amp out, which enables us to jam along with tracks, streamed from an iOS device, which we'll get to in a moment. So those outputs can run straight into your home hi-fi, and then we can take a guitar amp output and separate that guitar sound and run that just straight into a normal guitar amplifier. So your amplifier is rocking out with all the AMPLIFi FX100 effects, and your iTunes catalog is actually playing out through your hi-fi system or through a PA in a sort of live situation. Familiar controls for gigging or being away from your app. You can actually dial in all the bass, the middle, the treble controls. We've got an effects control on there as well, which enables us to select that so it changes maybe the chorus, the chorus rate or the tremolo speed, and we can do that within each patch. Usual thing, A, B, C, D. And we've got the banks up and down as well. So press 2 pedals, that's going to take you up a bank. Press the next 2 pedals, that's going to take you down the bank. Tap tempo, and we have the volume and the wah pedal on the end there as well. So multi-effects pedal at a great value, great sound, great value for money. The next thing we have, that works with this, makes it kind of a bit of a unique product, is access to the AMPLIFi remote app. Now this only works on an iOS device, but what it'll enable us to do is control all of the sounds actually from an iPhone or from an iPod Touch or from an iPad. Now, this is a really great idea, and you get very, very used to that idea. I was able to have a band practice recently where I'm one of those old school guitar players. I'm used to, when I want to edit the sound, I'm used to tweaking pedals and being on my hands and knees on the floor and tweaking those sounds and scrolling through menus and things, and having to be on the floor to do it. What this enables us to do with the iOS app is actually I was able to control everything from the phone. I was able to sit on the room in a practice, on the amplifier in a practice room, and I was able to very, very quickly dial in those sounds and change those sounds, which meant that it became great for a lot of new creative possibilities in that I could experiment very, very quickly with different effects that I may never have thought of before. I'm able to dial in and click on any of the filters, any of the modulation sounds, different delays, tap tempo, and do that all from my iPhone or from the iPod as well, or the iPad. So let's have a look at this. We'll have a look at the app, and I'll take you through some of that, and we'll show you some of the great sort of effects and how intuitive it is to use and how easy it is to use to get the sounds that you want. Okay, so over to the app. First thing we're going to find in the app is the music library. Now this is where it's going to import all my iTunes library. So any song that I have in there, it's going to import in, and then it's going to play that back. So like I said before, it'll actually play through your home hi-fi system or through a PA whilst routing your guitar sound over to your guitar amplifier. So let's see what happens when we go in here and play a track. So let's say I want to play this track here. So it's actually going to play that song But what it's also going to do is actually going to go online, it's going to go to Line 6's Tone Cloud, and it's going to download a bunch of different suggestions for how to get that kind of guitar sound. So as with all Line 6 stuff, the kind of the idea there is to create a solution where we can just get back to playing and enjoying playing rather than moving pedals around and doing all kinds of things when we maybe just don't have enough time to do that. So straight away there, I can go in and I've got those sound options. I'm not actually going to play along the song because we can't. But straight away it's going to give me some options there for that kind of tone. And it's going to do that with any sort of tune that's in my iTunes library, any song that's in my iTunes library. Underneath that we have tones that I've created, so they're tones that I've actually edited in using the sounds that I prefer from the inboard's collection of sounds, which we'll get to in a moment. Then we have this new feature which came out with AMPLIFi FX100, but it's also available as part of the app now on the AMPLIFi. And this is the idea of, instead of being limited to the 100 presets that we talked about before, the idea of being able to very, very quickly, rather than kind of scroll through one of those 100 sounds trying to find the tone that may sound close to what your favorite artist has done, we can now actually go in and type directly into the app and name that tone, and we'll get a whole page of different tones down. So let's say I was to dial in, I'm going to pick the first name from random, so let's hope this doesn't make a fool of me. So let's say I type in Pantera, and straight away I have a whole collection of tones there straight from the Tone Cloud that have been created by either Line 6 themselves, by me, or by Line 6 users such as yourself. So again, a great way of getting it up and running very, very quickly and kind of getting that sound. I'm not going to play any Pantera stuff because I can't. Underneath that, we have the edit side of this. Now this is where it gives us all the different amplifiers and all the different effects and all the different sort of cabinet models that we have in there. Very, very clean interface, very, very intuitive to use. I can dial in any of 70 different amplifiers. I can dial in whether I want an English amplifier, an American amplifier, or whether I want a high gain amplifier. So let's say we go for high gain for a change. I now have access to all these sounds. I can click on those amplifiers and audition them. The Soldano head. Let's go for a tread plate. A bit further down the list, you can see how intuitive it is to use and kind of how much fun it is to kind of get, go through and have a test drive of some of these amplifiers. Let's go for. Let's say I want to stick with that. And now I want to add some extra, like edit the EQ on that. A bit more mid to the sound and a bit more treble. So I want to add a bit more delay to that. Click on the delay. Let's turn up the mix. Let's turn it back down again. Bit of reverb. And in here I've got 100 different effects here, as well as the 70 different amplifiers. So you can have a lot of fun kind of playing through all these different sounds. So vintage plate. Back into there. So you can see there are a lot of different things there. So 70 different amplifiers, 100 different effects. I've got 20 different cabinet models as well. So there's a pretty good chance that if you can't find the tones from the Line 6 tone cloud, you can dial in that tone straight away yourself. And that tone cloud, it's things that you can publish to that tone cloud. You can upload your own sounds. I can upload sounds there. I could search for your name. You could search for my name. We could actually start sharing tones like that. So AMPLIFi FX100, it's a very, very affordable, great sounding multi-effects processor with the iOS app, which is going to give us the unlimited amount of tones from that Line 6 tone cloud. And now this idea that you can actually you can actually stand and you can actually use your phone and dial on those sounds without actually having to be on the floor of a dirty stage or a dirty rehearsal room kind of dialing on those kind of sounds. So I think we'll round up just with a little bit of playing, and I'll go through maybe some of the sounds that I've programmed in using this and using the AMPLIFi, the 75 and the 150. Thank you very much for your time.